Our generation of the creators is so different. Wrong. Every generation of the creators think that they're very different from the prior one, yet we're all facing the same problems that the prior generation of the creators already solved. Here are 5 global celebrities. Their timeless advice is applicable to every creator and artist in the creator economy today. Dwayne Johnson on the importance of maintaining your creative control.
Anytime you have a company, but especially that size and magnitude, that's a publicly traded company, and you have all those changes in leadership, you have people coming in who creatively, fiscally are going to make decisions that you may not agree with. It's like new ownership coming in, buying an NFL team and going, all right, not my head coach, not my quarterback. Doesn't matter how many times you won the Super Bowl, doesn't matter how many rings we got, I'm going with somebody else.
Dwayne Johnson is not a stranger to bad creative decisions made by others. I think we've all seen plenty of stories out there on the importance of maintaining that creative control, especially for your personal brand. Yes, you will make more money in the moment, but it will potentially cost you the long-term opportunities. So don't rush. Stay focused and make sure you maintain the control of your personal brand and invest in your future. J. Cole on limiting social media influence.
I had set some rules for myself, some baseline rules like, yo, don't go on Twitter, don't read your replies, do not search a name, boom, boom. That's rule number 1. Number 2, when you're creating, you got to create from a pure place only. Like there was a rule I set for myself, like everything has to only be truly what you feel in your heart.
I get it. We all have social media to thank for the fact that we have these platforms to share our content. But the most timeless pieces were not created by following social media or letting social media influence our personal lives. Those timeless creative projects were based on the passion of the creator. It's easy to pursue that instant gratification or follow the comments under your YouTube video, and you will create something that will burn you out and will be forgotten in the next viral trend. Cena on adapting to change.
As the company grows, it's trying to gain more of a following. It's trying to gain more of a fan base, a general fan base. So you have to act accordingly. Great news is I feel the talent, the performers are better taken care of. They're more professional. They're more understanding. They're not as wasteful. They're a lot smarter. They're a lot healthier.
I mean, that's from seeing the mistakes of others, right?
It's wisdom.
Change is inevitable. We, creators, are living on a rented land provided by YouTube, Meta, TikTok, OnlyFans. Those platforms will change. The policies will change. The preferences of our viewers will change. It's okay to romanticize about good old days, but it cannot drive you. If you plan to stay in the creator economy long term, you have to accept the fact. Change is inevitable. Dr. Dre on the future generation of artists.
Hip-hop is evolving. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. I'm never gonna hate on it. It's evolving. And these kids are using what they have at their fingertips, right? I mean, back in the day, I used to have to go out and buy keyboards and buy sounds from pawn shops and shit like that to get my sounds out. They have everything at their fingertips right now, but you can't be mad at them.
I have those moments as well. I see some of those videos and I'm like, who is watching this? What are all those viral TikTok trends? Yet, Dr. Dre is correct. We should never reflect on the content created by the new generation from the position of hate. This next generation of the creators have to feel and find its way towards greatness. I do reserve the right to ridicule it. It's always fun to make fun of the new generation. Tyler Perry on owning your IP and your network.
I remember reading an article about her owning her show, and I was like, what did that mean? Because she had renegotiated her show with, I think it was King World, where she had gotten ownership. I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And then I'm like, well, how is she making all this money? Oh, because she owns it and because of syndication, having that kind of information, right? Or calling up recently and saying, hey, you know, there's something going on with the studio where it's what they're trying to get me to do is huge and it's kind of wild and it's amazing. She's like, you know, I think you should do it because I did this, this, and this. And it seems like the new version of this, this, and this.
Brilliant points on both business and the creative side. On the business side, I even switched my own approach in the last few years as I stopped focusing on maximizing my salary and I start focusing on maximizing my equity in the companies I work for. It aligns me better with the success of that company. It makes me feel like I'm not coming in to clock in and clock out. I'm coming in to grow my own business. The business of being a creator is identical. You could continue to advertise other brands, but building your own brand in your own space that addresses the needs of your audience will yield you substantially more income long term and will enable you to create a business that will very likely outlast your time in front of the camera. I hope you found this nuggets of information as inspirational as I did. It's so important to make sure we capture the experience of the prior generations and we apply it to our own work today. Each generation should be building up on top of the success of the prior generation. After all, those guys worked so hard to achieve what they've achieved. It will be a shame to lose all that experience. And I highly recommend for you to check out the full episodes of the segments that I shared today. I'll link them down in the description below. Hart to Hart happens to be a really cool show and has a lot of very experienced, very talented and intelligent artists who we can all learn from today. And as always, if you're curious to learn more about other inspirational stories in the business of being a creator, check out this playlist and I'll see you next Saturday. Peace!